Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In this one, I just wanted to go through something that a lot of people have been asking. We've got the current event on that is the summon 150 2-star plus creatures and get your Supreme Soulstone. And I know there's a lot of people thinking, I'm free to play, I don't think I'm going to be able to get there. And I just wanted to make a video that sort of went a bit more in detail in the sort of achievements and stuff you should be looking at to actually complete this, this event in time. So I'm on my new alt account, which if you read the name, you are reading it right. It's the 1-star army. I'm going to try and do this using only 1-star monsters, except I've allowed myself a water nymph and the silver knight here as my two 2-stars that I'm going to let myself have. But that's another video for another time. This account I started probably 4 days after the event started, and I haven't been playing it that much. And as you saw, I'm already around 50 summons. And so I wanted to talk about missions that you want to aim to complete to get extra seals and summons. And basically where you're mainly going to be spending your time is in the Shattered Islands, working through all these achievements. So as you can see, I've been working the Floating Islands mainly. I'm working towards all these sorts of achievements. And I wanted to bring your attention to, there's a Google document, which I'll leave in the description below. It's a document that's basically gone in. I'm not sure exactly who's made it all. There's been a few edits and stuff like that, but people have gone through and looked at all these wave pictures of the monsters you fight, and basically put every monster that you fight from every level on every difficulty into a spreadsheet, so you can see what you need to do to complete those achievements. And what I've done is I've gone through and made like a plan of attack that I'm going to do for this account for the main levels that I'm going to be farming. And so I'll go through them with you now, and basically they're just the ones that have the highest ratios of monsters that you need to kill for those achievements. So sort of basically I'll go through it and it'll make sense. So in the Floating Islands, the level I'm going to look at is normal level 6, because for Floating Islands we need to kill harpies for achievements, and this one, as you can see, has 3 harpies in it. You also need to kill arcane birds, which it's got 1, and arcane eagles, which it's got 1 as well. So that's a very good level, because it's got 5 monsters that you need to get kills for. And then if we look into the nightmare mode, Floating Islands isn't a great one for efficiency. Like that's the most efficient level. In the nightmare mode, we've got level what is it? I've got it written down here. Level 3, which has the 2 fully evolved arcane birds. I can't say the name of them. The Simurgh or whatever they're called. So it's got 2 of them. So you miss them in the normal stage. So you can pick 2 of them up there. The other stage is stage 7, which is the boss stage, which is a little harder, but it has another one of those, the Simurghs, and then it also has 2 Furies, which you're also missing out on. So those are the main levels that I'm going to farm to try and complete the Floating Islands achievements. And also, whilst I'm doing those levels, I'm also going to try doing them with clearing them with 1 monster, 2 monster, 3 monsters, and 4 monsters. Because if we go back to these achievements, just down here, we can see that when you complete areas using only 1 monster, so for instance, this one's got the 2 monsters just here. As you go through this, you get more rewards, and once you do 100 battles with 2 creatures, you get 100 seals and a epic soulstone. So if you do that, if you do the 1 monster, 2 monster, 3 monster achievement on all these all of the scenarios going through, you're going to get a lot of seals to buy more 9 packs, get more summons, plus you're getting the summons along the way, plus you've got the extra 65 at this 50 level. So that's the real easy one to get through, because you can just do a normal stage on every map and you should be able to do it. So I'll go back into the maps and show you some other good levels to farm for efficiency for those killing mobs. The Ice Caves has a very efficient one on Nightmare, which is Nightmare level 4. So if we look at Nightmare level 4, this one's fantastic. Almost every monster in here is on the monsters you need to kill list. So you've got these 2 serpent flies here. You've got 2 minotaurs, which are also on it. You've got 2 dragonflies, and then you've also got 1 minotaur. So this is very efficient. This is a great level to farm once you get to the stage that you can do Ice Caves Nightmare. And then the other one to pick up the gaps. So this one you're going to clear the Minotaur, Serpentfly, and Dragonfly all roughly at the same time if you farm this, and then you're going to be lacking on your achievements for the Minotaur. So if we look at stage 6, stage 6, as you can see, has 4 of these evolved Minotaurs. So that's very quick to get that 1 achievement done. So those are the 2 main levels in the Ice Caves that I'll be looking at. You can also just look at the gaps you've got, look at the Google document, and fill in the gaps you got with levels that you need. But I'm just looking at the most efficient ones to do it. And the other thing I wanted to mention before I go into the volcano is that when you're also looking at these achievements, I'd probably go to the wait, let me just jump here to I'd probably go through and do all the 200s first for all the different areas, and then once you've completed a bunch of the 200 ones, then I'd jump into the 500 ones, and then so on and so forth. You don't want to be sitting at floating islands going for these 1,000 kill achievements when you could be getting pretty much the same rewards for just doing 200 in the volcano or the Mystic Forest and so on and so forth. So I'd work through and try and get all these 200 achievements done, and then once you've done as far as you can farm comfortably, then drop back to floating islands and go through the 500 achievements. But just that sort of thing. And I probably wouldn't go back to floating islands first, actually. I'd probably go to like that Ice Caves one where you have the really efficient ones and do those first, because you'll get them done quicker. So now I'll move into the volcano and give you a couple levels there. The volcano I'm looking at, the first one I like is Advanced 7. So if we go over here to 7, which is the boss one, we've got, what's it got? It's got the 2 evolved griffins, so we've got those 2 there. And then we've also got the 2 Scorpicores here and here, and you've also got a Manticore. So that's another very efficient stage there, and it's not too hard because it's only on advanced. Then when you get a bit more serious, you can go into the nightmare mode, and on level 3 we can look at this one, and as you'll see, it's got the 3 griffins, and it's also got the 2 manticores. So that's another one. Because you're getting only 1 manticore from that advanced stage, you're picking up the extra 2 in there whilst you're also farming the unevolved griffins. So that's another great stage for it. Then as we move into, sorry, I've just got it written down here, Mystic Forest. So Mystic Forest is another one. The most efficient ones on Mystic Forest, unfortunately, are in Nightmare mode, so it might be a bit harder. So, but I'll go through them anyway. I can't even click on it. But in, because I'm not up to there, in the Nightmare mode, you've got level 3, which gives you 2 centaurs, 1 evolved centaur, and 3 spirit foxes. So that's giving you 6 monsters that you need to kill, which is very efficient. And then on level 6, you've got 2 evolved centaurs and 2 kitsunes, which isn't as efficient, but it's something else to do to get those achievements. Yeah, sorry I couldn't get into that. I haven't cleared that far on this account. But then when we go into Sunken City, and Sunken City is the last one I'll talk about. You can, like I said, you can look at the Google Doc for these other ones, but these are going to be the main achievements that most people are going to be able to farm. So in Sunken City, we're going to be looking at normal level 6. It is a massively efficient one. I really like this, so I'm going to farm this probably next up because it's only on normal and I can farm it easily and it's very efficient. So we've got, on this one, we've got 4 monks. So we've got 3 on the first stage, and then 1 on the second stage. We've also got 1 evolved monk on that last stage, the boss. We've got 4 ninjas. We've got 2 in the second stage and 2 in the third stage. And then we've also got the samurai here. So that is a very efficient one. So you're getting 10 monsters that you need to kill for achievements in that one map each time you do it. So that is awesome. And then obviously I can't click on the nightmare mode, but the nightmare one that fills in those gaps is nightmare level 7, which is the boss stage, which will be a bit harder, but it gives you 2 evolved monks, 2 evolved ninjas, and 2 evolved samurais. So that's another very efficient one, giving you 6. But you can keep looking into things like that and go through the whole map. But those will be the first sort of ones that are the easiest ones to clear. I didn't see anything overly efficient on normal in World Tree Mountain and Colossus Desert, so that's why I didn't include them. But you might find something more if you've got a good farming unit and you can do those harder levels. For me on this account, because I've restricted myself to only being able to use 2 2-stars, which is the Nymph and the Silver Knight. He's not an amazing farmer once you go past the floating islands. So I'm going to struggle a bit more with those nightmare modes. So I'll probably have to include a full team of monsters to do them, but I'll still get them done. And then, like I said, I'll go through on normal mode, find the most efficient stages to do on normal modes in every map, and do those single monster clears, the 2 monster clears, and the 3 monster clears. So that pretty much covers it for the scenarios. The other thing I wanted to look at was just easy other achievements that you can do. So just make sure you're always using your arena wings, your arena energy, because you get achievements for that. Just the general ones, playing the lottery, just have a scroll through here and see what you're close to, and if there's anything that you can work towards to get yourself some more summons. See, I've got another one here. If I open some more just chests, which you do through playing the game, I get another summon. All those sorts of things. And then even ranking up creatures, which most people will get 25 ranked up to rank 3 by that stage. Upgrading glyphs, there's so much that you can just get free stones and seals for. It's ridiculous. So there's a lot of things in there. And then there's another one I wanted to look at, which is these achievements here. So I know I said you'd spend a lot of time in the scenarios doing those, but these ones are great value. So all you've got to do is reach level 3, 5, 7, 9, and 10 of the different towers, and you get free rewards. And it doesn't take that long to do. If you can't get it there, don't just keep rerunning the level trying to do it. But another thing you can do is maybe spend 1 refill to do it. I probably wouldn't, but like you just reach, if the best you can do is reach level 7 of every dungeon, that's going to give you, what have you got, 4 elementals, tear up houses, and then 3 glyph dungeons. So it's going to give you 8 extra summons just from doing that up to level 7. If you can get to level 9 on a couple of them, more free summons. So that's the other big thing to keep an eye out for, is just all these achievements. There's so much free stuff you can get from them. And like I said, those ones just clearing the dungeons are just really easy and great value for you. And the other thing I'd mention, it's just little things like if you haven't unlocked your slots in the shop yet, like I haven't, because this event is on and I really only want to be using my seals for summons. I know that sounds weird because normally I like to save for energy refills, but it's such a good reward that I won't unlock these slots until after the event or until after I've done my 150 summons. Yeah, that's the big thing. Just don't waste seals, especially free to play. Don't be blowing them too much on stuff you don't need. Obviously, if you're going to use them, if you're up a few levels, like at my level 21, I probably wouldn't use refreshes. But if you're a bit higher and you want to do refreshes to keep playing and completing achievements, then it's worth it. But I wouldn't be buying anything from the shop. I wouldn't do it anyway. But for seals, and yeah, just be careful not to waste them. But that's pretty much it. I hope this helps you guys, because I know there's a few people that are worried they won't be able to get it, but I've done this on my previous alt count. They had the same event on, and I started the alt account about 5 days into it, and I managed to get it done free to play using only 2 stars back then. So it is very doable. So I just wanted to give everyone out there some hope, and obviously it does take some time to put into the game, so hopefully you can find some time to get it done, but it's very achievable. So I hope this helped, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks.